paddlers. We can be a bit of a finicky bunch when it comes to buying gifts for. I'm here to help you find that right piece of magic for this holiday season. Out of this assortment of items, you're bound to find the right piece of gear to make the paddler on your list happy. All right, starting with something simple is a whistle. This can attach to your PFD, has a lanyard on there, really bright colors. This is the Fox 40 Sonic. So why would you buy this over, say, maybe a whistle from the dollar store? Generally, those are gonna be a P whistle, so they got that little bead inside of it that just kind of whistles around in there to help with the whistle noise. The Fox 40 is a P-less design, so it will work even if it's saturated with water or raining, which is obviously a really important feature that we want when we're out on the water. Extremely loud, so this is one of the best and loudest whistles on the market for personal safety. You need one by law, but it's, awesome to have one of the better ones on you. It was invented in Canada and is also a Canadian company. Available in a bunch of different vibrant colors, so you can really personalize to, match what their gear looks like. And it's just a really fun, easy stocking stuffer style gift. So in keeping with the theme of getting home safe, a floating keychain, not a bad thing to have, maybe attached to your car key or whatever, your house key. That way, if it happens to plop into the water, it isn't gonna sink to the bottom, leaving you stranded at the boat launch. These come in all kinds of fun designs and fun colors, bright patterns, super visible, nice big grip on there so that, they're easy to find if they're in the bottom of a dry bag or tucked inside of your PFD pocket or something like that. So this is the Chums floating keychain. Awesome little product, great for the stocking. Also by Chums is arguably what they're most known for, and that is eyeglass retainers. As a prescription wearer myself, honestly, I can't have enough of these around. I've tried to keep one in my PFD, one in my gear bag. I usually have one in the car. Just in case I forget my main one, I know I always got one to kind of go back onto. There's floating versions, there's the original cotton versions, there's some other styles in between. Just really makes a good gift, even if you're not a prescription glass wearer, because you're often out on the water wearing sunglasses, and having them secured to your face is super important. I don't know how many people have lost sunglasses or prescription glasses to the bottom of a lake or a river. Countless. These will definitely help save that. If the person on your list already has one, chances are that they're gonna need a new one anyway. They don't last forever, they do wear out over time. And like I said, it's good to have multiples anyway so that you can have a fresh pair, you can have different colors. They come in some really cool and fun styles, so check these out. This is the Chums eyeglass retainer in both a floating and just the standard cotton version. Another great piece of gear to help protect your equipment is the Seal Line E-Case. This is available in a few different sizes, small, all the way up to an extra large. This is just the large, so there is one size bigger than this. Fantastic as kind of a catch-all for things that you might want to have on you, your phone, if you got a wallet. If you're traveling abroad, you can keep your passport safe in here. Super lightweight. It has the waterproof zipper style attachment on the side here, and then it is also clear on both sides, and you can use it's touch proof or whatever, so you can use your phone and take pictures and whatever while it's in the case here. Great option for anybody who, if they're going out into the backcountry with their phones to take photos. These are a great piece of gear that can just, maybe slide inside your life jacket. They have leash points on them so you can secure it to your boat or your PFD or your bag so it's not going to go for an unexpected swim. Seal Line's a company that has been around forever building dry bags and equipment to keep your stuff dry. It's a name that you can trust, and they build quality stuff. The Seal Line E-Case, highly recommend. If you've got larger items that aren't gonna fit in the E-Case, the NRS Ether dry bags are an amazing option. Dry bags are another one of these pieces of gear that you can almost not have enough of. There's so many different styles and sizes and colors that you can start to really customize them for different applications in your trip, first aid kits, clothing, food, you name it. Come in a variety of sizes from a 3 liter or even I think a 2 liter all the way up to 25 and 35 liters. So you can fit a variety of items in them. They are ultra light, so really nice thin material that is completely waterproof. I use these in my sea kayak and my whitewater kayak all the time. They slide in and out. They don't take up a lot of space. They're really moldable to kind of wedge in and into different places. Just really, really good quality bags. Can't say enough good things about them. If you're not sure what size to buy, the 5 liter to 15 liter is a great range because they can be used for multiple purposes, different things, so really worth checking those out. As you're picking out your perfect gifts, remember that we do offer free shipping on orders over a certain amount. So let's have a look at some awesome add-ons that can help reach your goal and get your order shipped for free. This one here, super popular. This is the Silva Pocket Compass. I love these. They can clip onto your jacket or your backpack or whatever. Has a little thermometer on the bottom and then a super accurate compass Silva's known for, their quality as opposed to, the real cheap generic ones, and just makes an awesome little gift. Another suggestion would be the Guardian PFD light. This thing, we can't keep these in stock. They're fantastic. They can clip onto your PFD, so really, really helpful in low light conditions if you're out paddling. Also available in a variety of colors to kind of best suit whatever you need them for. Highly recommend. Custom NRS straps with Frontenac outfitters on them. I mean, these are the best straps. They are fantastic. Really high quality, they don't slip, they don't wear out, and it's another one of these pieces of gear that, I've got multiple that live in the car. They're super handy to have. Use them for multiple things other than just tying your boat on the car. NRS, best straps on the market. And lastly, you could get something from their favorite paddle shop. We've got Frontenac Outfitter merchandise, mugs, keychains, hats, whole range of t-shirts and sweaters. Oops. And a whole range of t-shirts and sweaters for your favorite paddler. A really cool and fun option here are the Hob Key keychains. These things are awesome. They've got little whitewater, the little mini whitewater kayaks. They've got a little canoe. We've got a little mini sea kayak. I love these things. I've got them on multiple sets of keychains. They're just, a really fun and, different way to show your paddler in your life that, you're watching what they're doing. I think they're really gonna appreciate it. They're inexpensive, they're fun, come in a bunch of different colors. Definitely recommend. So if the kayaker on your list is still using the orange bucket, or maybe they've got an older style of one of these, this is a bilge pump by Harmony Gear. Great piece of kit for a kayaker, especially if they don't have one. A bailing device is required by law, so you at the very minimum need, a bucket or something to be able to scoop the water out, but it's not super practical in a kayak, and that's where these guys come in. And the way these guys work is just a big suction pump. This would stick down into the bottom of the boat, into the water. This is the ejection hole here that's gonna shoot out over the side, and then just take your top hand and just pump it up and down and shoot that water out the side of the boat. The entire unit is wrapped in a nice heavy foam, so it's comfortable to hold, but it's also gonna float in case you drop it overboard. It's a great piece of kit to have. Definitely on the high recommend list. Another great piece of gear for the paddler on your list is gonna be a quality compass. The Silva Expedition, one of my favorites for pre-planning trips on charts and topos, but also keeping in my PFD. It's totally waterproof. I can just pull it out on the PFD while we're looking at, maps or whatever on the water, and can easily kind of generate where we need to set a bearing or get a bearing to. So Silva Expedition, great quality, perfect compass. This is my top choice for compasses for doing chart work. This next compass may not be for everybody, but if you're out sea kayaking or paddling in larger bodies of water, having a visualization of which direction you're heading in is super important so that you can align it with your maps and make sure that you're heading in the right direction. This is the Kayak 58 by Silva Compasses, and this is a kayak mounted strap-on compass. We've got adjustable bungees here with hook clips on them, and then we have our magnetic compass here on the top. It can rotate here. It's gonna hold the horizontal plane really, really effectively. So if we're in splashing water, it's not gonna kind of jumble. Nice big display on it so you can read both your bearings and your direction that you're heading in. And it's also like a sighting compass in the sense that if I look at it from above, looks like north is pointing that way behind me, which is not true. It's actually that way because we're supposed to be looking at a compass, a deck-mounted compass like this. So it's gonna show me on my little lubber line here which direction I'm actually heading in a positive way. So there's no kind of mistaking which direction you're going. So that is the 58 kayak compass, a strap-on mounted compass for mainly for kayakers, but an awesome addition if you have a intrepid paddler in your life who likes going out on bigger trips and bigger bodies of water. An upgrade that almost any kayaker could benefit from is going to be the paddle. If the paddler in your life is using a less expensive paddle, maybe has an aluminum shaft, heavy plastic blades, something like the Stingray fiberglass is gonna be a great option. Fiberglass shaft, nylon injected blades, so it's fairly lightweight, nice and warm on the hands, and it's just a really good quality entry-level paddle. Picking a paddle can be difficult, but that's why we're here. We're happy to kind of lend our expertise into helping you make that decision. And if you still don't know, you know what? Just get them a gift card. $200 or $250 is gonna be a great starting point to get them into a really good quality paddle. When buying a gift card, you can rest assured that they're gonna get the best advice on what they need for a paddle in their paddling journey. Shoes, yes, these shoes are designed specifically for paddling. What makes these the ultimate paddling shoe? Well, first of all, the tread on them. These things are super sticky. Even on wet, slippery rocks, they work really, really well. The drainage on them, they drain incredibly well. So they're not, constantly storing water. The materials are designed to be able to handle, being wet all the time. They dry relatively quickly. They have a ton of mesh on here for good breathability and also help with that ability to dry. These are really secure on your feet. They use full lacing systems. So compared to those standard water shoes that you would find at, your big warehouse store that just slip on, these ones are gonna stay on your feet. So, I think that's a pretty important feature if we're out paddling in more remote locations or more extreme conditions, is having proper footwear that's gonna stay on your foot and also fit comfortably in your boat. Now, picking shoes, much like a paddle, can be difficult depending on what we're gonna be wearing on our feet, how they fit us, etc., etc. So this is another great application where a gift card of, $100 to $150 is gonna go a long way in getting into a beautiful set of Astral water shoes. As always, we are here to help them make the right selection based on what they need out of their footwear. Thank you so much for watching. Out of this list, I'm sure that there's something that's gonna work for the paddler on your list. If nothing on here gets you super excited, have a look at the full gear guide below, and hopefully something on there will work for you.